30 letters to my younger self. And today we're going to be talking about early seasons in motherhood. Girl, you started motherhood pretty early, but then again, you started it afraid. And that was a good thing. You were diving into a new season that there was no manual for. You were going into marriage, there was no manual for. In fact, they gave me a certificate, marriage certificate, even before I started the journey. And in school and in life, usually you have to go through school, years of studies, and then they give you a certificate. So this journey was pretty difficult for me. And I think that was a difficult season. You agree with me, right? And I'm talking to my younger self. And if you're in that season of being in your, young self, young stage, young season of starting motherhood, are you afraid? That's okay to be afraid. I did it afraid. Yes, I had a lot of mother figures. I have my mother, but then again, it was a season where I knew I had to start a bit like a lone ranger. And so many people are in that season. Starting it as a lone ranger, you think that you're going to fail as a mother. And sometimes every day you tell yourself you're going to fail. You're going to fail. You're a terrible mother, just like your mother was. You keep saying that your mother wasn't a good mother. But it's only when you get into motherhood you try to appreciate that, my mother tried. Like she tried, and you'll be more understanding of what your mothers went through. Right now, I'm very understanding, very appreciative of my mother. I'm really appreciative of my mothers because I have so many of them. And being in that season, yes, they made so many mistakes with us. It's the same way we're going to make mistakes. And I've just come to the understanding that I'm happy to do those mistakes, but they will be minimal because I have God's backing. They'll be very minimal because it's exciting, but at the same time, very daunting to bring new children into the world and raise them. And I've just come to understand in my more matured years that raising children and discipling children are completely two different things entirely. Raising them, I think you did pretty well by studying, by learning, by being, humble to learn. And it will be an evolving journey for you to keep learning. Just keep learning. You might have to buy books, and you might have to do parenting differently from what your parents knew. And it depends on what, where you are in life. You might have to do it differently. You might have to unlearn what you learned from your parents. Unlearn meaning that what you knew, how you knew what your parents raised you might be not relevant. Some of those trainings might not be relevant to your current motherhood season. And I stuck for so long. I was stuck for so long in those learnings, in those trainings, thinking that I needed to adapt the very same thing that my mothers did in raising me. I needed to adapt it because that was the golden standard of motherhood. But that's a lie. It's not the golden standard. The word of God is golden standard, to be honest. The word of God is the golden standard to raise any child. You can't do it that way. You can't do it on your own. And that's why I said you might have to unlearn what you know in the past. Your growing up years, your childhood years, I might have to be humble to learn today. Because the very challenges that you're faced with, our parents didn't face that. So cut your mom some slack. And as we approach Mother's Day, Mommy, I love you. All my mothers, I love you. I appreciate you and I celebrate you. I appreciate the hard work that you put into raising me into the woman that I am today. So cheers to all the amazing mothers. You rock. And there is no mistake that you make. Your children will be appreciative of you in their later years. I celebrate every mother. You rock absolutely. Cheers to all the amazing women.